I've been working on this Buddha bowl all morning. So I have pomegranate and cilantro, black beans, roasted pumpkin with cumin, coriander, salt, and coconut oil, and grated carrots with corn and nutritional yeast and a little bit of salt, and yam, some more cilantro because I like it, and arugula, romaine lettuce, and purple cabbage. And then I made salsa. So this is garden tomatoes and red onion, red bell pepper, some hot pepper, and lime juice, and garlic. And then I made guacamole, and that's avocado, cumin, garlic, and lime juice. I think that's it. And I couldn't fit our garden tomatoes in the and Aunt is interested in my food, in the containers, so I just brought them out separate. But I was thinking, like these black beans, I put lots in here, but what I was suggesting to make a bowl like this was to roast chickpeas, or you can roast black beans. I've roasted black beans the same way, and you just put the coconut oil and your seasonings on, and yeah, stick it in the oven, about 450, like hot temperature. And so, because that's why you need either coconut oil or ghee, because you shouldn't be cooking with other oils. Just, they can't take the high temperatures. So anyway, oh, and I forgot to mention the sunflower seeds in the middle.
Good source of magnesium.
Yeah.
Not fattening. One thing perhaps we should say is, you said that was a Buddha bowl. It's not a Buddha bowl. It was inspired by the Buddha bowl. Right?
Well, it is a Buddha bowl because that's a particular, see, they didn't make up that name.
They didn't. Okay.
That's a type, it's a dish.
Oh, it is. Okay, there we go. So, excuse my.
No.
I guess you could say innocence, because it's not required reading.
And
There we go.
I remembered the pomegranate because it adds a nice crunch to a salad. It's great in salad. I was thinking about like if I could find pomegranates on sale for a good low price, I would use dried cranberries or something like that. And but that's not as good because it's not as good to get dried fruit as fresh. It's nothing.
Sometimes it's almost as expensive.
Yeah. The corn carrot mixture, I wanted it to seem sort of like a cheese. That's why I put the nutritional yeast in. And if you're looking into how to make a vegan cheese whiz, that's the ingredients for how to make a cheese whiz, and you just stick it in the blender. So, but well, you cook the carrots. I didn't cook the carrots. I just grated them. So anyway.
So you wanted me to rate it against the just based on looks, this one is better.
Yeah.
Because of the color.
The color.
It's very, very good.
Yeah.
I like the way colored it is. So can I launch into it?
You can launch into it.
Yeah. No, I had, when we got back from shopping, I actually ate a little bit of like an open-faced sandwich. Mm-hmm. What was that, with a bagel? And so it's not as though I'm ravenous.
Yeah.
But here I am. I'm wanting to launch into it. So
Well, you're
that's
going
a
to
good
have more
sign.
carrots in yours than
Yeah.
what is served here.
Exactly right. So I asked for some extra carrots.
And well, he likes the yam skins to eat too, so he has that.
I
in
think
his.
they're
Mine,
healthy,
I
and
don't. Well, the
they
dogs
don't bother
seem to
me.
love them because I give the dogs mine after
Yeah.
I cook it.
So one last look at this fantabulous arrangement, because I'm going to be mixing it together.
I know.
That's the idea. So there you go. I'll tip it there.
Probably can't see it from there.
Oh,
But-
you can?
Probably not.
Maybe. Anyway, yeah, it's more focused on.
You could even eat it in there.
Did you make sure it was focused straight?
Yeah.
Just want to make sure.
You're in there.
Oh, there we go. What do I know? I'm having trouble
gives
with
us
it.
more. It seems like it's close to us, but the camera is more out.
There we go.
It makes us.
And we even are. Multiple myeloma, at least, well, it's almost too late.
So I was thinking of putting the bottom in the salad area. If I roasted them, they'd be down there, and then I could put some fresh tomatoes in that little section. But it looks really pretty with the black beans there, so maybe it's a good idea to keep them there. I mean, there is tomato in the salsa, and that would be in the dressing. Like there'd be a little pouch of salsa and a little pouch of. But I should mention that even though I put that much beans in I only used half a can for the both of us. So it really didn't take a lot. And well, I washed these containers so that I could do this. And the pomegranate, we're eating half of them. So a quarter each.
Yeah, I figured I could use about
And a quarter of
you
a
were
can
asking
each.
how much I
beans.
wanted.
Yeah.
Now,
You
I'd
just
better
set it
put this.
wherever you
Yeah,
want.
well, the big
Doesn't
trouble is the
matter.
wind's going to set it
Yeah.
wherever it wants, unless I.
And then you can take from there first, and then I will take.
From the.
Yeah. And I'm going to put this over by you, because you have a little more room maybe.
So, you mean from the avocado?
Yeah.
Or maybe potatoes or something like
Oh.
that. I'm not going to put it on the salad. I'm a big fan of avocado salad. But I love it on almost everything else. I love it on sandwiches. It's a good replacement, at least for me, for cheese.
Yeah, well, I went to Superstore this morning to get, not that we needed groceries really, and I wouldn't have done this normally, but I was up a lot of the night cuddling the dog. Sometimes I can't sleep, and so I just cuddle him and sing to him and stuff. They seem to like it.
Oh, they love it. They love the singing. Pauline's a good singer, so they even like my singing okay.
And so I was up at night, and I was thinking of, well, what am I going to put in my Buddha bowl here for? And I said, well, you know, I'm thinking to myself, I have lots of tomatoes, so I should make salsa, and I should make kind of a, I don't know, Tex-Mex or something sort of inspired thing, because I have a lot of those things. And then I had, like, I grated one carrot, and it was way too much for this, and so James has, that's why he has more on his plate, because he likes carrot a lot, and so.
I like carrots. They are healthy and colorful, and if they're nice and fresh, the texture is kind of like nice and crunchy and whatever, and
you don't want any of the salsa or anything?
is it hot? How's hot?
Well,
is it?
you
You're
can
saying it's
taste-
Tex-Mex?
I'll put a little bit
Which
on,
is hotter, the Tex or the Mex?
I'll put there,
Okay,
and you
never mind.
try it.
There we go.
And then you can put more if you want.
Okay. I'm not a big fan of hot spices.
Well, I tried
Well,
not to make it too
It's
hot
not so
because
much.
I know you don't.
I never liked it that much, and then when I got the multiple myeloma, I got GERD in a serious way, and anything borderline spicy ended up to be more than borderline painful. One doctor understood. He said, "Man, oh man, it's like I know what it's supposed to be like." He wouldn't know it from actual first gut experience, but he said it feels like fire, and that's what it feels like.
You want some of this to try?
Well, like I said, I'm going to put on the potatoes. Wow, that is hot stuff. So yeah, it's a little.
I tried not to make it hot.
I know, but you always.
So you can't use that one for scooping now because I licked it.
Okay.
So if you change your mind, you gotta use that one.
Jeez, this wind. Like when we got back.
Uh-oh, I dropped the corn.
Hardly any wind at all. But we were probably, I noticed around here by about 11:30 it's going, and it's now 1 o'clock, so it's a little late starting. Try some of these yams. Pretty good. You see, they're making fun of the news and stuff like that, so they're kind of doing sometimes quite a bit better than we do of making fun. They don't get it nearly as bitter and twisted, at least, as I do. Wow. You tend to be pretty patient with some of these. Actually, I'm a very patient person. The problem is I understand the issues. Perhaps better than is healthy for me. So, an example of my patience is how patient I was with the doctors. I could tell that the garbage went on through 10 doctors and almost exactly 9 years. And they were refusing to diagnose me properly. I just I get mad on camera about some issues that you feel so dear to your heart. You deserve the anger. I am so patient. I was dying with the cancer. When they diagnosed me, they were saying I had 18 months with treatment to live.
I did get annoyed at one point.
With the doctors?
CBC.
Oh, go for it.
Well, they've done it on a few occasions. They've got a member of the public talking about how people are misled by social media or whatever or the internet, you know, getting faulty information off the internet about, and that's why they're not getting vaccinated or they're not masking. And it's like, no, they're doing it, they're getting faulty information from our healthcare providers, from our health politicians. That's where they're getting the faulty information from.
The Tam,
And that's why they're not
Our-
masking and
our
they're
top
not
quack.
vaccinating.
Doctor, was saying masks weren't just useless, but they're actually probably counterproductive, or could be counterproductive. Wow. So what is this?
And somehow she still has her job.
Somehow, she still has her freedom. I was going to say something about somehow she still has her head, but I do not by any means want to encourage violence against anybody, politician or otherwise, particularly with what's in the news coming out of England. They're calling it murder on the radio. Get it straight. It's assassination, you stupid idiots. So I don't know who is doing the terrorism. Person that they've It's not like there's going to be the lone gunman thing. "25 years old. That's when most people should be getting less violent. They're saying it's a lone wolf. But in this day of the internet, actually one thing you can blame on the internet is the lone wolves are getting inspiration from folks like ISIS. Now this guy could be an Irish terrorist, could be a right-wing militia. There's many. Those groups, England percentage-wise, as they have, let's say, in the United States or even here in Canada. Could be something else.
Oh, and I was going to say use pumpkin instead of butternut squash. Although I did have a butternut squash around. But I have a lot of pumpkin around. I bought 2 pumpkins at the store. And then on the way home, we were stopping at Rona to get some tar for the roof and some roofing nails. I have to replace a couple of shingles.
On my garage.
Yeah. And so, while I was there, they had pumpkins on sale for some reason. And they were selling $1 each. And they were big.
Very impressive.
Yeah.
Impressive prices. They were a little bigger than that. But Teresa Tam should be up for charges. I mean, you can't go lying like that. She knows better about the masking. I'm not sure what exactly her motivation was, but you cannot lie like that.
And well,
that's like yelling fire in the
the
theater.
other day when they were giving their health announcement, when they were saying that they weren't going to be reporting when people under 18 die from COVID.
That's Dina Hinshaw, but yeah.
When they were talking about that, and what's her name? Jan? No, it's not Jan. What is it? The other woman.
Verna,
Anyway, when they were talking about that, oh dear, where was I going?
with Verna Yu, or someone you thought was Jan. She's a total non-entity. You hear that, Verna Yu? What you really should do is resign and protest instead of being a month. Stupid pukes. They're puking, and you're their mouthpiece. The puke's coming right out through your mouth.
Well, one of them anyway, not Jan, because she doesn't exist. But either Verna, you, or Dina Hinshaw was saying that make sure you stay home if you feel sick. Well, it was like, what was it, 2 weeks in? Like, it was not very long in. There was who was it, an epidemiologist from Italy or something, was reporting that, there was a great percentage of people were asymptomatic, and, all they had it, and were spreading it around, but they had no symptoms whatsoever. So we've known that for over a year.
50% of the people, well
over a year.
It's getting close to a year and a half.
So when our top doctors are saying, oh, stay home if you're feeling sick, wow.
That
I mean, they're really wanting to spread it around.
Yeah.
Because, the experts have already found that there's asymptomatic spread.
Yeah. I believe that guy was saying it, 50% of the people they tested. I don't know how random their testing was. We're testing out, or that they tested as having and that would have been when it started really a little while after it was taken off initially. May, June, July, August, September, October. It's a year and a half ago.
They've already known that. We've already known it for a year and a half. So
anyway, they had their comedy news routine on, and it kind of helps, like to take the edge off the bitterness. I'm getting tired of it. Really, really tired of all the nonsense. There's been lots of talk about the internet, lots and lots on the CBC.
Because they want to shut information down to people.
Yeah. The right-wingers have a term for the faux gauchers. Chattering classes. Not even chattering, you stupid faux gauchers. You're yapping. You're like stupid little Chihuahua dogs.
Chihuahuas aren't stupid.
I'm not saying that Chihuahuas are stupid. I'm saying these folks are like stupid Chihuahuas. There are stupid Chihuahuas.
Okay.
Chihuahuas do a much better job of surviving.
Just not
in
the
real
ones
life
that we know. The ones we know are very smart.
Yeah. But they do a better job of surviving than these stupid yapping classes do. If you actually if they actually had to survive on a job that mattered, they'd be shivering with stress.
And it's amazing, hearing about the thousands of healthcare workers that aren't vaccinated in Quebec.
Well, it's a fairly high number, pretty well.
Wow.
Anywhere in Canada. It might be a little bit higher there. I don't know why they're picking on Quebec. I think it's pretty high here in Alberta. And what they did in Quebec was give them, I gather it's something like a populist government there. So, of course, they don't want to alienate their part of their base, shall we say. And okay, yeah, That's right. I like to know how many people die as a result of these guys and gals. We'll just call them guys. That's it. It's fairly unisex short enough.
It is.
Get killed. There was they had a healthcareless worker on saying, I want to take care of my patients. I want to keep on earning money. Well, I'm not sure if it actually got in order your priorities, but yeah. Take care of your patients. You'll be sending several to the grave. What are you practicing euthanasia? There's all sorts of garbage on the internet that I don't approve of, but I don't believe in shutting it down. People generally find what they want to find on the internet. It's not a question of them going, I've got a blank slate of a mind. I'm going to find out what I should think on the internet. Oh, I see. What they're doing is they're dialing up something that confirms what they already
think.
Yeah, and it's not suspect, it's what they believe. All they're getting is what they think of as confirmation of
Exactly.
Oh yeah, that's I know that. So there's lots of lying going around. You'll find me making mistakes. I try to correct them. But I try to give you the straight goods. So does polling. My part of the conversation it's like too true to be good. And you flunkies out there who've been accepting the lies coming from the faux gauchers in power, generally in university, passing them on, coming up with your own, you are to a large extent responsible for the skepticism, so much as the cynicism of people on the right wing. They see you guys lying, they hear you guys lying. One book that I've got to review, I'll have to finish it up. It is so depressingly despicable. The Black Discovery of America. And despite anything you've ever been told, the big argument in this book is